Hello, it's Phil. It's 5:03 on Sunday, May 26, 2024. 5:03. I just wanted to send out a message to everybody: be careful in the summer heat. You can die in it, and the scary part is the people that are most at danger of dying in it are the people who are doing things that take their mind off of the heat. So as their heat stroke starts progressing, they are engaged. They are working. They are working on painting something out in the yard, or cutting the grass, or working in the garden, or washing a car, or maybe it's kids that are playing outside and they're playing a real fun game, but it's real hot. You can die from that. Heat stroke is nothing to be taking a chance with. The scary part about heat stroke is heat stroke doesn't always kill you. What heat stroke can do is it can damage your brain for the rest of your life. It can do things to your body that will never repair, and so you have to be careful. I got heat stroke about 23 years ago at this house, because when we bought this house, the foundation, the bricks on the outside of it was painted gray, and I just don't like the color gray. So I had a color mixed up. It looks like it's not a pink. I think it's a mauve or something like that. But the siding's yellow, so that it's an off red color. So I was painting the foundation on an extremely hot day, and my wife was helping me. She wasn't painting. I forget what she was doing. She was out there in the yard with me. We always hung out together when we were together. We always did. And but I got about 3/4 of the way around the house, and I started feeling like it's a strange feeling. It's kind of like a door closing over your brain like this. It's very weird. It's like this right here. And I didn't get a headache. I did have I did feel fatigue. But the strangest thing of all is that the heat, as this was going on, the heat got less uncomfortable. And I got this thing on here. I'm sorry, folks. Okay. But the heat got less uncomfortable. And I think that's what got me to get up and say to my wife, honey, I gotta go inside. And I don't think I finished that foundation I don't remember. How long it took. I don't think I finished it that day. I think it was a couple of weeks. But the consequences of that heat stroke lasted for years for me. And what it did was, every time I get into extreme heat now, it's one of the things that caused me to drink so much cold water. Is you can rinse out your electrolytes and you can get into an emergency. And that's why they got this, Gatorade's got this thing. Unfortunately, Gatorade also has sucralose in it, in its diet form. You have to be real careful about that. And they also have high fructose corn syrup in it, I believe. You should only be drinking stuff that has sugar in it, or honey in it, or something like that. Aspartame and sucralose are not going to help you get over a heat stroke. So anyway, so the reason I bring this up was I made that video today with the English muffins. They were delicious. I watched the Formula One race happen, which was fun. And then I went out here and I've got my trash trailer out here that I wanted to. I took the caulk yesterday and sealed all the holes in the top where the screws was at. And then today I went back and I painted them with black paint. All of that part, anything that needed to be painted on that trailer housing, I painted it. And it was hot. But I came inside and I got some water and I drank it and stuff like that. But then I sort of got it in my mind that I've got about a 30-foot ramp on the back of my house. And it's very hillbilly looking. It really is. It was a bunch of wood that was left over from a house that a friend of mine said, hey, if you want that ramp, you come get it. You can put it on the back of your house for your wife. You know, I said, okay, that's a great idea. So I got like 4 sections for free, and I made the 2 bottom sections out of wood I bought from Lowe's, and we had a ramp on the back for my wife, so if I had to push her in and out of the house in a wheelchair, I could do it, and it worked for a lot of years. Well, I like having it ramp because when I'm moving stuff in and out of the house, it makes it real easy to do that. And it just so happens that the back door is the bigger door of the 2 in the house. Anyway, long story short, it has been painted by me, I think 2 times since I put it up. And it's got to be painted again. But that old paint's got to come off. So I went out there with a wire brush and my Ryobi drill, my Ryobi battery-powered drill, and I started scratching the paint off, and it was going slow. I mean, real slow. It was taking a lot of effort. It was throwing a lot of paint up in my face and just taking a lot of effort. And it was about 90, seemed like it was about 95 degrees in the sun. Now, I had my hat on. I don't have my hat here, but I have a wide brim Realtree hat that I was wearing, which kept the sun off my head, which was something I learned about when I got this heat stroke. Now, there's one thing that I used to do. I learned this when I was brick laboring, because I brick labored for about 4 days one time, and I said, you guys, you're not paying me enough money to do this. I was working with young Arnold Schwarzenegger when I was brick laboring. This guy would take, they're called 8s. Cinder blocks are called 8s. He would take 2 8s like this, and he would take 2 8s like this, and he would go clunk, 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 clunk. You know, putting them on the scaffold for the guys to build their walls. And I'm looking at this, I'm going, I'm like a young, bony-ass kid of like 18. I'm looking at this, I'm going, I look at this dude like, dude, are you human? Are you human? Are you human? But anyway, one of the tricks they told us, now, when, with this, because it was in the middle of the summer, it was hot as hell. It was 100 degrees those days. Was you take a t-shirt like this. You see where the label is, right there, okay? Take the label like this. Now, obviously, you're going to have to put another t-shirt on. Take the label like that, put it on your forehead. Take the t-shirt, fold it over like this. Bring the arms out like this. Okay? Make sure that the collar is around your head like this. And then tie the arms behind you like this. Okay? Like this. Now, what you want to do now is, if you have some water that's cold or something, is pour it on that towel. And then you go back to work. And if you have like a cooler that's got like 4 bottles of water in it, and you can just pour, you know, a quarter of the water on here, put the bottle back in your cooler and keep it cool, you can cool yourself off And also what it does is as you sweat, your sweat does not evaporate off your head. It keeps it next to your head so it can conduct heat out of your brain. Well, I didn't have this on when I was out there. And I got pretty damn hot. And I could feel it coming. And it's very strange. I said, man, I need to get out of this damn sun. I gotta stop this. I gotta find a better way to get this paint off of this wood. The wood is all curled. None of it's flat. So using a belt sander is going to be a problem. But I'll probably wind up using that. But I had to stop, and I came in and I got my home tea, and I put 3 teaspoons of sugar in it, and I put 1 teaspoon of salt in it, and I stirred it. And I've never done that before. I never put the salt in it. I have, came in and got some sweet tea, but I just wanted to give my body a balance of some sort of electrolytes that I might have been missing, and I got myself situated. Coming in the house, my house is my AC units in the windows are set at 74. The inside of the house is probably around 76, 77. But when you walk from a 90-degree sunny day into a home that's below 80 and it's dim inside, it's like walking into a meat cooler. And I could feel the difference right away. And I got my act together. I sat down, and I relaxed, and I drank about that much of it, and I just got to the point where I couldn't stand the salt. This is just home tea by itself with nothing in it. And I went ahead and I had some of that pizza left in here, and I warmed up 2 pieces of pizza. And I put a bunch of hot sauce on it, and I ate it, and I feel pretty good now. The warnings I want to tell you is please watch out for each other in the heat. If you're ever working with someone who's in the heat and they get real quiet, or they start slowing down when you know that person usually doesn't slow down, or you see them wobbling when they stand up, as soon as you start seeing that kind of stuff and you're in the heat, you need to start thinking about removing that person from the heat. It's better to remove somebody from the heat while they're able to move themselves, because if they fall down, and you probably won't be able to move them, and then you get into a problem of your only options are to call 911 and go in the house and get you some damn cold water and put it in a wash rag and put it on their head, try to cool them off. You're in trouble, and they're in trouble, and you're trying to save their life. So just be real careful out here in the sun. And the thing is, like I said, the problem with the heat is not when it's hot. The problem with the heat is when it's hot and you are dedicated to get something done. It can kill you. If you get devoted to doing something and you stop thinking about your physical condition, like a lot of times after I had my little incident with the heat stroke, when I was washing a car and I was waxing it, I had to be careful because, summer day, hot, a lot of physical effort, and I would take breaks. You got to take breaks. You come inside, chill out. One of the things I was doing was taking a washcloth and I would just run cold water on the washcloth, put it on my face, put it on my back of my neck, put it on my arms. And what that does is instantly you've got blood vessels running through your arms, running through your neck, running through your face, running through your head. You want to cool your brain off. Okay, you got to understand your brain is encased in a bone casing, so it doesn't really have the ability to let heat escape unless the blood's flowing. You know, so you want to make sure that you don't let yourself get into a situation where heat stroke gets you. So that's all I wanted to say. This didn't get anywhere near as bad as 23 years ago, but I always watch out. I always watch out. I have numerous times I have extracted myself from a situation where I knew I had to take a break. And you get these people, when you're working with these people, that they're determined. They're determined that they're going to outwork you. They're determined that no matter what, they're not going to stop. And it's hot as hell. And you're going, dude, I got to take a break. We're not taking breaks. And I go, dude, I'm taking a break. You can stay here and you can cook like a piece of bacon. I'm going to go take a break. I'll get back to work in a minute. You know? So you got to take care of yourself, okay? That's all I want to say. Hope you're having a great Sunday and a great holiday. And just stay safe out there, okay? Because in the heat, if you don't take it seriously, the summer heat can kill you. And it can kill someone you love too. So watch out for each other, okay? God bless you, folks. Peace.